Okay guys, so does Kanye West have autism? Hey guys, welcome back to the TheAspieWorld. I'm Dan. I have Asperger's syndrome, ADHD, OCD and dyslexia. I make weekly videos on autism. So if you're new around here and want to learn more, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you're watching on Facebook, give this page a like and a follow so you see daily videos from me. Okay guys, so basically I wanted to do this video talking about Kanye West. Now if you know what I'm talking about and you think Kanye West is on the spectrum, leave me a comment down below with your opinion. I'd love to know. And I just want to dive right into it because I believe Kanye West is definitely on the spectrum and there's a load of reasons why. Guys, before we get started with the video, I just want to give a big shout out to CHEWIGEM, who sent me this chewable jewelry thing in the post today, which is basically awesome. It saves you chewing on these or chewing on this, but these are awesome. They're just so good. They do a whole load of stuff. So if you want to get your hands on some of these, there's a link in the description below. There's a there's a Europe one and there's a US one and a Canada one. So make sure you click the right link if you're looking for something chewable to give to your kids to wear on them, their wrists or whatever. Super awesome. Please check them out. Hey guys, good to have you back here watching another video like this. We've done a few now, different ones. So I hope you're enjoying this like whole series on you know, other celebrities and YouTubers and stuff who have autism. So yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying this series. So basically, Kanye West fascinates me, and the simple fact is that we watched the Keeping Up with the Kardashians TV show because I think we went through a stage of just binge watching it because we had Hey You, which is like an app that the Kardashians released to actually air their own show on. So we downloaded this app and we watched the show, and I watch it because I'm really interested to see how people have social media influence, because being a YouTuber and stuff like that, I love to know how other people do it in different kind of limelight. Now Kanye West is married to Kim Kardashian, which is kind of like the highlight of the show, and Kanye West is a musical director, a singer, a rapper, a producer, I think he's like a movie director as well. He does all kinds of crazy stuff. Now the most fascinating thing about Kanye West is that he's very, very clever. The guy's intensely clever. He's so clever that he does pretty much everything himself for his records and his albums and his like fashion. He does everything, and he's very intense. He's obsessed with the things that he does. He gets so obsessed that he becomes just indulged in the projects. Now this is super common with like Asperger's syndrome, like myself. I know that when you get obsessed with something, you dive into it and you breathe and live it. That would cause for him to have like good success in that area because he's following through with something that he's hyper focused on and he's obsessed with. Now Kanye West has also been described and himself as saying he has synesthesia. Now synesthesia is a comorbid condition that occurs within an autism spectrum condition where you see sound as color or flashes of light or things like that. And so my experience of synesthesia, let me just kind of break it down here for you guys, is that when I think of the days of the week and the months of the year, I see them as blocks of color, and sometimes they're like unusual. They're like hot dog shapes as well sometimes, and they all fit together in kind of like an unusual block format. But that's how I distinguish what the days of the week and the months are, because they have a certain color and shape, kind of like texture, and I love that. That's how I see them, and I didn't know this was synesthesia. Maybe I'll do a video on synesthesia, but leave a comment below if you want to see a video just on synesthesia. But that is basically what it is. But some people see it as if you slam a door and you hear that like loud bang, like whereas a person who doesn't have synesthesia would hear like a huge loud bang, somebody would see like a flash of blue light, like electric light, or they'd see like a different color flashing through their eyes. Now that is fascinating. Now Kanye West says he has this because he has synesthesia. Now that kind of got my alarm bells ringing, thinking, oh my goodness, like, this is fascinating. Now Kim Kardashian was married to another guy and she broke up with him, and she broke up with him because of some issues he had, that he was displaying traits of ASD. And it has been questioned if this person that she was married to had ASD, and that they had conflict and they couldn't get together because he was having a difficult time, you know, with his mental health condition, and Kim Kardashian couldn't deal with him. Now she's married Kanye West, and they get along because he works crazy hours. In my experience, he's working loads and loads because he's super obsessed and hyper focused on the thing that gets him super pumped about being alive. Like his hyper focus, his obsession, his thing that his mind is constantly on, which is like what in the autism community we have, like hyper obsessions, hyper focus, obsessive interests, and this is no exception. He's very much into this realm of thinking. Recently he came out and said that he had a bipolar disorder. Obviously there's a lot of controversy surrounding him in the media, where he has like crazy meltdowns on stage, or he has a crazy meltdown out in public, which is very much a hallmark of an autism spectrum condition. And so Kanye West came out and said, oh no, I've got bipolar disorder. Now this fascinates me for the simple fact that a lot of people are misdiagnosed with a bipolar disorder before they're actually diagnosed with autism, because they misdiagnose it because it has similar traits, and sometimes it is just missed because if somebody is like really good at masking, or they're overly confident, or they're very like good at functioning in reality, they are able to mask those symptoms that are really, you know, bogging them down and becoming an issue for them with an autism spectrum condition. So Kanye West, I've got bipolar disorder, so I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, this is all kind of coming together. This is something I've been thinking about quite a bit. Now, I went on Reddit because I'm super dope like that, and I went down to check if anybody else has been talking about the fact that Kanye West may have Asperger's syndrome or anything like that. Now, I came across an article where somebody has listed down all the things that some of them I've already gone over, but I'll show you what somebody has kind of like awesomely listed out every single thing that he ticks off for being on the autism spectrum. Okay, here is number one. He doesn't make eye contact when he talks socially, and he has social awkward body language. This is super common with people with like Asperger's syndrome. Challenges with facial expressions. Doesn't smile. Extremely awkward when caught smiling. Absolutely. Kanye West doesn't really smile. I noticed this as well watching that show, that reality show I was talking about earlier, where he's seen in the show and he's like super like just got a serious face on the whole time, and when he does smile he kind of gets embarrassed, doesn't know what to do with it. It's very interesting. He's obsessed with various things. For example, like he's obsessed with music, fashion, and he exceedingly does well in both of these. This is what I was saying about hyperfocus and obsessions. He can't make small talk, but goes on huge rants and tangents about topics of interest. So Kanye West is seen in the TV show, and he's not actually engaging with the other family members. He's always absent from family events. He's always very quiet on his own, isolated, and doesn't actually really interfere with people because he's just off doing his own thing. But when he's like on stage talking about his passion, he goes crazy and like everybody has to listen. He has one-sided conversation when he talks at people. So he like talks at people just about his interests. He's never asking about anybody else, never asks about the family and stuff. Very interesting. He says inappropriate things, often missed social cues, like the Taylor Swift incident, the George Bush hates black people thing. All of that is definitely down to the fact that he has issues with social communication, and there's no like boundary or barrier to know, oh, is that too much? Is this right? Is this accepted? And we all have issues with that, everybody on the spectrum. Unaware of others' thoughts, feeling of perceptions resulting in inadvertently appearing rude or inconsiderate. Now, so he's got unaware of others' thoughts. He resulting in appalling rudeness or inconsiderate behaviour. Again, this is just a hallmark of having an autism spectrum condition. And the last one here is social anxiety and generally socially awkward. He takes Laxapro, which I'm guessing is like it was like a medicine to help you overcome anxiety. So this is very fascinating. I found that was interesting that somebody managed to find all those things, and I've been thinking about this for a while. There's not a lot of people talking about it on the internet. Some people on Reddit are talking about it, and I've seen another forum talking about it. But now he's come out with this bipolar disorder actual diagnosis or whatever you want to call it. This leads me to believe that I think strongly that he has an autism spectrum condition, because of the thing like synesthesia, like all the other things that I mentioned. Like he talks about synesthesia quite in depth, and he's like obsessed with talking about synesthesia and how he like makes his music because he can hear the sound as colour, and I found that just fascinating, and I love it. I love listening to him talk, and he's quite an interesting guy. Now, that being said, I am no healthcare professional, so I can't really sit here and go like, oh yeah, Kanye West is like autism because like I have it and I know everyone has it. You know, it's not like that. I'm just simply putting a case forward to say that perhaps he does have it, and I'd love to know your thoughts on it. Like, does anybody else see this like trait? Does anybody else see that this is definitely like Kanye West behavior and stuff? It's just fascinating. This fascinates the hell out of me. So let me know what you guys thought about it. I'd love to know. I'd love to know if you guys think he's on the spectrum, or you think that the diagnosis of bipolar disorder is okay. If you think that maybe he's just like an introvert, maybe that he's just socially awkward. I'd love to know. I have no idea, and I just love to know, because I think stuff like this is just fascinating. And yeah, he's definitely one on my radar for looking out for being on the spectrum. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe, hit that like button if you're new around here. Check out the other two videos that are each side of me right now, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.